Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh and good afternoon everyone. So today I am Muhammad Farid bin Rohani. You can call me Sir Farid. Today I am so happy to see you guys. So today we are going to learn about a very interesting topics on plants, which is we are going to learn on the plant response on stimuli, photosynthesis, the needs of photosynthesis, and the importance of photosynthesis to living things. Baiklah. So, have you ever wondered why these plants can survive? How they can survive? If we human, if we want to keep on survive, we have to eat, we have to drink, and we also need shelter as a place for protection. So, how about plants? Okay, there are four necessities that must be present for the plants to keep survive. The first one is water. Then the plants needs air, or we call it as carbon dioxide. Then we need sunlight, minerals or nutrients. These are the four basic necessities that must be present for plants. Now, let's look at our first subtopic today, which is plant response on stimuli. The plant response on stimuli, when we have four types of stimuli. The first one is water, or we also call hydrotropism. So the parts on plant, we have two parts, which is shoot, pucuk, bahagian atas, the upper part of plants. Next, we also have the roots. Okay. So between shoots and roots, which one will respond towards water? The answer is roots. The roots will respond towards water, meanwhile the shoot cannot respond towards water. Next, we look at the next stimuli, which is sunlight. The second necessity for plants to keep growing. So unlike water, which is the roots that will respond to water, but for sunlight, it is the shoot. The shoot will respond to water. The shoots will respond to sunlight. Okay, for example, if I put a plant here, a small one, only have 3 leaves. So when it's grow, let's take a different color. When it's grow, it will grow like this. As you can see, it will grow, bend, following the sunlight direction. It will bend towards the source of light. Now let's look on the third stimuli, which is the gravity. What is gravity? Anyone know? What is gravity? Gravity is a force of attractions that attract everything downwards. Okay, for example, you want to jump from a building. You will going down or going up? Of course, you will going down. Why? Because it's gravity. So which parts on plants that will respond towards the gravity, shoots or roots? The answer is the roots. The roots will respond towards the gravity, meanwhile the shoots won't respond towards the gravity. That's why we call it negatively geotropic, because the shoots will keep moving upwards. Next, response from plants on touch. The fourth stimuli. Why does plant respond towards touch? Is because for them to gain support, avoid predators, reduce physical damage, and keep on survival. But some plants like Venus flytrap, they do use touch stimuli to catch their prey. Okay, everyone look at me, look at my screen, look at my camera, look at me. Okay, this is my hand. I have a very big hand. So, for example, my hand is Venus flytrap plants. So when there is house fly, lilac, it comes to the Venus flytrap. It touch my palm here. It touch the Venus flytrap. The Venus flytrap will reduce its opening, slowly closing and trap the fly completely. Then the fly will be digested. That's how Venus flytrap catch their prey and eat. Alright, practice. Anna wants her plant to grow well. She wants to open the window wide, but she can't as the window is stuck. What should she do? Okay, now as we can see, the plant is trapped in a closed room, dark. It cannot get sunlight. How Anna want to provide sunlight for this plant? So the answer is she just need to open the window slightly. As long as the plant receives sunlight, the shoot will bend towards the sunlight, preventing it from wilt. Wilt here is layu. Wilt here is layu. Okay. Okay, now even though we only open the window slightly, but as long as there is sunlight that can be supplied to the plant will bend and moving toward the sunlight. Okay, okay. Everyone understand? Any question? No. All right. If there is no question, then we can go to the next section. Now, look at this. There is a checkbox and we have to complete it. The checkbox is on this plant response to stimuli. So we have 4 stimuli: 1 sunlight, 2 water, 3 gravity, and 4 touch. So for shoot, does shoot moving towards sunlight? Yes. So if yes, then we will mark it with green. Okay, now how about roots? No. So mark in red, cross. Okay, now let's look at on water. Shoot water? No. Root water? Yes. Gravity water? Gravity shoot, sorry. Gravity shoot? No. Gravity root? Yes. Touch? Touch shoot? Yes. Touch root? No. So, bear in mind, I want everyone to understand and remember this. We have 4 types of stimuli: sunlight, water, gravity, and touch. And the parts of plant which is shoot and roots will be response towards these 4 stimuli. So remember that only sunlight and touch stimuli that shoot will respond to. Roots will only respond towards water and gravity. Alright, now let's look at on photosynthesis. Have you ever wondered how plants make their own food? We human and animals, if we want to survive, we keep eating and drinking. How about plants? So what is photosynthesis process? Photosynthesis process is the process by which green plants makes their own food using sunlight, water, and carbon dioxide. So why does plant need to do photosynthesis? 1, to create their food, 2, to obtain energy, 3, to grow, and 4 is to produce food in the form of starch when sunlight is not available. I see a question in the text bar. Okay, so what is starch? Oh, great questions. Very great questions. So I will show you an illustration. Okay. Now, assume this as glucose, small molecule. Meanwhile, starch is the combination of the small molecule. So, which molecule larger, starch or glucose? The answer is starch. The answer is starch. So the plant generate the glucose. Okay, here, okay, you can see the equation of photosynthesis. We can see that in order to carry out photosynthesis, the plant must have carbon dioxide, water, sunlight, and chlorophyll, and it will produce glucose and oxygen, okay, as the product. So we look at the picture on the left side. When the sunlight is directly attack on the plant leaf, the chlorophyll inside the leaf will absorb the sunlight. Then the roots will bring the water upwards. Then the carbon dioxide from our surrounding air will be absorbed by the plant leaves too. And inside the leaf, there will be photosynthesis carried out. All right, this is the structure and I will say photo on chlorophyll. Chlorophyll is the green pigments that give colors for the leaf. That's why most of the trees today, we can see most of it is in green color because the plant has chlorophyll. Now, why photosynthesis is important? Photosynthesis is very important because we know photosynthesis allow the plant to create their own food, right? So the excess food stored by the plant will form fruits. The fruits that we eat, papaya, banana, durian. I love durian so much. So all of that comes from plant. How does plant produce it? Through photosynthesis. Photosynthesis, the plant create glucose from photosynthesis. The glucose is being stored in the form of starch. But when there's a lot of accumulation of starch, the trees produce fruits. Now, the second reason why photosynthesis is very important is to balance the composition of gas in air. As we know, in order to carry out photosynthesis, the plant will absorb the carbon dioxide. And when the photosynthesis is finished, the product besides glucose is oxygen. We human, we need oxygen. Animal also need oxygen. Without oxygen, we can breathe. Oxygen is very important to breathe. If we don't breathe, we will die. That's why we are highly encouraged to keep our forest, to keep our jungle in a safe. We cannot destroy it. We have to stop illegal logging, pembalakan haram, because this illegal logging, pembalakan haram, will destroy the forest. When there is no forest, there will be low amount of trees. So the oxygen supply will be lower, and there will be a lot of carbon dioxide in our atmosphere, in our ecosystem, in our surroundings. So is there any questions? Okay, if there is no question, then our lesson ends here today. And thank you very much for joining this tuition class, and I hope to see you again. Bye bye.